Hi everyone, Lisa Haven here. Well, censorship has just gone from bad to worse as all these giants, everyone from Google to Facebook to Twitter, are upping their attacks against alternative media. Anyone who is somewhat on the right and is not part of their leftist, globalist, New World Order agenda. Anyone who's speaking out against the New World Order, who's speaking out against Illuminati, who wants to share what really happened in Florida or what really happened in Las Vegas, then multiple videos are getting unmonetized here on YouTube or taken down on websites unless you're part of the communist news network like CNN, who constantly puts up fake stories and false narratives, even with what went on in Florida. Very, very sickening and saddening. And as you know, first comes censorship and second comes gun control and massive confiscation of guns. We know that the Democratic Party and the far left have been after our guns for quite some time. And well, I don't foresee that stopping because as Rahm Emanuel says, quote, never let a crisis go to waste, right? Well, that's exactly what they're doing with Las Vegas and with Florida. They're taking advantage of our youth and our country in general and seizing up the opportunity to take away our weapons. But first, it starts with censorship. And let me play a clip from Tucker Carlson warning. He's a Fox News reporter, but he warns in 2017, late November, of this type of censorship on Google. Take a listen.
A lot of people now make a living off of YouTube. It's the world's most popular video site by far. It's a subsidiary of Google. Increasingly, though, Google seems to be letting politics dictate who is allowed to make money from their platform.
Now, I've often warned on my channel about some of that censorship, but Tucker Carlson is not the only one who was warned about it. Multiple others have, and now a lot of that is like I said in the beginning of the video, we have gone from bad to worse. Now Fox News CEO, or a parent company, if you will, to Fox News, called News Corp, the CEO there is now jumping in on the action to seize the opportunity to censor channels like mine and multiple others because it would put more money in his pocket. No joke. Take a look at this report from newswars.com titled News Corp CEO, which is the parent company to Fox News, admits he wants internet censorship so that News Corp can make more money. Now, the report goes on to detail that the CEO of News Corp has admitted that big corporations are pushing for the likes of Google and Facebook to censor alt media outlets so that News Corp owner publications can make more money. The admission is contained in an AFP article about Robert Thompson, the CEO of the publishing arm of Robert Murdoch's media empire. Thompson accuses Google and Facebook of creating a dysfunctional and debased online environment by failing to crack down on what he calls bot-infested banned lands, and that this lack of censorship is making it hard to achieve a, quote, safe place for advertisers. Thompson goes on to complain that misinformation is being promoted at the expense of media properties such as the Wall Street Journal, which just so happens to be owned by News Corp, of course. And he goes on to assert that the potential returns for our journalism would be far higher in a less chaotic, less debased digital environment. In other words, pesky little media outlets such as mine, such as InfoWars, such as multiple others, Next News Network, and all those others that are sharing the real news that's going on, well, we need to get rid of and censor all of those in order that they can make more money. Not my words, but those are the words of the CEO there of News Corp. And it's intriguing that more people are jumping on the bandwagon, if you will, for more money in their pockets, when the reality of it is we need to be getting real journalism out in order to prevent things like massive gun confiscation or massive gun control or massive laws. Keep in mind, when they do these things, it's a slow boil. They're not going to come and take your guns overnight. That's not going to be the way it happens. It's through a slow boil, through a process, taking one gun or one regulation or one thing away from the American people at a time. And as they go and take one away, eventually you'll be left with little to none. That is the objective of the Democratic arm and the progressive arm and the left arm in order to disarm the population. Now check out this other report, and this kind of gets into that point. This is on dailywire.com, and it's headlined, "Kill the NRA," scrawled across vandalized billboard in Kentucky. Here's another one, townhall.com, New York Times columnist Let's repeal the Second Amendment, where the New York Times columnist suggests the idea of getting rid of the Second Amendment altogether. And here's also the Boston Globe. Now, this report was back from 2017, but I wanted to bring it up. And it's hand over your weapons. This is a Boston Globe writer calling for complete and utter gun confiscation. And you also know about Dianne Feinstein, who has come after our weapons on multiple occasions. Here is a bill, a House resolution that she has put forward last year that she introduced, and it's called the Assault Weapon Ban of 2017. She wants to completely ban semi-automatic. Now, that's not all. They're even going after our children in our schools. Check out this report from NPR.org. Teens lie in at White House to push for stronger gun control. Here's the thing. Even at a school that I know here in the local area, the children were talked into, who knows, probably by a liberal leftist teacher, but they were talked into walking off campus or taking, leaving campus for the day in protest to guns, if you will. And look, if you're a kid and you're in high school and somebody has a protest to take guns off the campus, hey, most kids are just gonna walk off the campus regardless of their political view on it altogether, and the teacher knows that. Oh, that's a day for me to be out of school. I don't care what the reason is. I'm heading out, right? That's the way they work, but they're really getting in the minds of our children and brainwashing them to believe that gun control is something that they want. Now, let me just go back in history, because listen, Stalin took the guns, Hitler took the guns, Mao took the guns, and take a look at this chart. Each one of those dots represent millions of people. When you take the guns away from the people, look what happens. There is no means to protect yourselves. There is no means to have that opportunity. And they may not have confiscated each and every single gun under the radar, but there are so many bans and blockages on guns by those guys that they had the ability to control the people, because the people had no way to defend themselves. Many great quotes from Thomas Jefferson, specifically in regards to that. This is something we can never, ever, ever forget. We have to have the ability to defend ourselves in the event that we have a tyrannical government who wants the kind of control that Hitler or Stalin or Mao Zedong did. Or if we end up with some kind of dictator like Kim Jong-un of North Korea, who does nothing that suppresses people. Or someone like the Chinese Communist government, who makes churches and Christians go underground just for the things that they believe in. These are lessons that we can never, ever, ever forget. And ultimately, the more, as this chart shows, the more guns that we have, the less crime that there is. Why is it that some of the most crime-ridden areas like New York, who have the strictest gun laws, have the most crime? Something we need to ask ourselves. But either way, step one, censorship. Get rid of the voices talking against their globalist New World Order. And what does the United Nations want to do? Disarm people. That's step two. Disarm and take away the guns. Step three, normalize and put them under the ultimate control. Get them used to the idea of no guns. But they already have massive NSA spy grids watching us, everything that we do. But step three, they want to normalize us into submission and into ultimate control and put us at that poor level where you have the uber rich rolling over the very, very poor classes. Anyhow, this is just a warning for all of that. Wanted to bring that to all of you guys. Please, you know, a lot of things get unmonetized off and on multiple channels, but we also have our own partners for this. GetTheTea.com has the most amazing detox products. And if you're feeling kind of crunchy in there or whatever, make sure you check out his detox tea. This is an energy one. He also has a detox tea. He also has multiple supplements. Just let him know you heard it on Lisa Haven. These products will not steer you wrong. They're GMO free and organic free. Most of them are organic and GMO free. Anyhow, please subscribe to the channel. It's the only way that you're going to keep in touch. And also subscribe to my backup channel on Lisa Haven Vlogs. Well, thanks again for tuning in. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.